My dear students of TDC Part 1 Chemistry Honors, good morning to you all. I am Dr. Gajendra Prasad Singh, Head of the Department of Chemistry, Jamnilal College, Hajipur. Today I am going to discuss chemical properties and uses of ethylene glycol. In the previous lecture of TDC Part 1, I had discussed the first chemical property, that was reaction of ethylene glycol with sodium, and I had discussed that when ethylene glycol reacts with sodium, gives first monosodium glycolate and then gives disodium glycolate. First product is obtained at 60 degrees Celsius and the second, that is final, disodium glycolate is obtained at 170 degrees Celsius. It has already been discussed. Now we come to the second chemical property, that is reaction of ethylene glycol with phosphorus pentachloride. Ethylene reacts with phosphorus pentachloride to form ethylene chlorohydrin and ethylene chloride. CH2 bond OH, bond CH2OH reacts with PCl5, that is phosphorus pentachloride, gives CH2Cl bond CH2OH. It is ethylene chlorohydrin, and this ethylene chlorohydrin reacts with PCl5, gives CH2 bond Cl bond CH2Cl. It is ethylene chloride. This is the second chemical property. Now we come to the third, that is dehydration of ethylene glycol. First we consider that ethylene glycol on heating with zinc chloride, acetaldehyde is formed. Here from ethylene glycol water molecule comes out to give an unstable CH2 bond C bond H bond OH, and this gives acetaldehyde, that is CH3COH or CHO, CH3CHO. This is ethylene glycol when heated with zinc chloride gives acetaldehyde. And in B, that is when ethylene glycol is heated alone at 500 degrees Celsius, gives ethylene oxide, that is CH2OH bond CH2OH. When heated, water molecule comes out to give ethylene oxide, a cyclic compound ethylene oxide, and water is out. So ethylene glycol only heated at 500 degrees Celsius gives ethylene oxide, and C, that is when ethylene glycol is heated with conch sulfuric acid, gives dioxane, which is used as an industrial solvent. Two molecules of ethylene glycol reacts with sulfuric acid. Here two molecules of water is evolved. two molecules of water goes out and a cyclic compound, that is dioxane, is obtained. Now the fourth reaction is reaction with acids. First is A, that is ethylene glycol reacts with acetic acid to give glycol monoacetate first and then gives diacetate, that is ethylene glycol diacetate. CH2OH bond CH2OH plus CS3COOH. Here CS2 bond OOC CS3 bond CH2OH. It is ethylene glycol monoacetate, and this again reacts with CS3 COOH, that is water molecules goes out, and ethylene glycol diacetate, that is CS2 bond OOC CS3 bond CH2 bond OOC CS3. It is ethylene glycol diacetate is obtained. Now B, ethylene glycol reacts with HCl to give ethylene chlorohydrin and ethylene chloride. CH2OH bond CH2OH, when heated at 160 degrees Celsius with HCl, ethylene chlorohydrin, that is CH2Cl bond CH2OH, is obtained, and this on heating with 200 degrees Celsius with HCl gives CH2Cl bond CH2Cl, it is ethylene chloride. Now see, when ethylene glycol is treated with a mixture of concentrated sulfuric and nitric acid, ethylene dinitrate, that is an explosive, is obtained. CH2OH bond CH2OH, it is ethylene glycol plus 2HNO3 with H2SO4 gives CH2ONO2 bond CH2ONO2. Here it is ethylene dinitrate. Here 2 molecules of water goes out. Now we come to the fifth, that is oxidation. With nitric acid, the oxidation product is glycolic acid and oxalic acid. Partial oxidation gives glycolic acid and complete oxidation with HNO3 gives oxalic acid. CH2 bond OH bond CH2OH, it is ethylene glycol. On oxidation, one OH group is converted into CHO, that is CHO bond CH2OH, and on oxidation this CHO group is oxidized to carboxylic acid, that is COOH bond CH2OH. It is ethylene glycolic acid. Now we come to V, that is ethylene glycol CH2OH bond CH2OH on oxidation gives glycolic aldehyde, that is CHO bond CH2OH, and this on oxidation gives glyoxal, CHO bond CHO, and this on oxidation gives glyoxalic acid, that is COOH bond CHO, and this on oxidation gives oxalic acid, that is C double bond OOH bond C double bond OOH, that is COOH bond COOH. This is oxalic acid. Now the sixth chemical property, that is dehydrogenation. Sixth is dehydrogenation. When ethylene glycol is dehydrogenated by lead tetraacetate, formaldehyde is obtained. Here, two hydrogen atoms goes out to form formaldehyde, that is CH2 bond OH, bond CH2OH. When treated with lead tetraacetate, gives two molecules of HCHO, that is formaldehyde. Now this is about the chemical properties of ethylene glycol. Now what are the uses of ethylene glycol? Ethylene glycol is used first as antifreeze. Its 60% solution is sold under the name Prestone for use as antifreeze for motor car radiators and as a cooling liquid in aeroplane motors. First is, and the second is for preventing ice formation on aeroplane wings. Very important that ethylene glycol is used for preventing ice formation on aeroplane wings. And the third use is, it is used as a starting material for the production of a large number of compounds. I want to make it clear that it is a starting material for the production of a large number of compounds such as nitroglycol, that is an explosive. Other is glycol stearate, that is a lubricant for springs. And the third, dioxane, that is a solvent, etc. So we can say that it is used as a starting material for the production of a large number of compounds. Now the fourth use is, it is used as a plasticizer for viscous rayon film. And the fifth is, it is used as a moisture conditioner. It is used as a moisture conditioner, also called humectant. And sixth is, it is used as a preservative. And the seventh is, it is used as a dielectric in electrical condenser. These are the uses of ethylene glycol. Here the topic ethylene glycol is being complete. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you.